folks, Vic Noble here with your weekly trade video. That's me on the left and my handsome partner Darko on the right there. And if you're a person who needs a longer term trading approach, be it swing trading or position trading, this video is one to watch. This position trade that I'm going to show you was pointed out by Darko, as he always does. And he actually started giving the members a heads up on it at the very beginning of the year in his pre-market analysis videos, what we call the PMA videos, which are all recorded, so there's no hindsight. And rather than play the video clips where he pointed this trade out, I'll just simply show you exactly what he said in his PMA video. I mean, his PMAs are all recorded and archived, and the members all know about this trade. So I'll go over the setup, and you'll see where the trade was filled and the substantial move that it's had so far. And by the way, if you could, please listen to the end of this video, because I have some comments to make about longer term versus shorter term trading that are important for whatever style you might be considering. Okay, if you like this video, I sure hope you do. As always, we sure appreciate a thumbs up by hitting the like button, and be sure to subscribe by clicking the subscribe button that's in the lower right corner of the video. Great, let's have a look at this trade and how it's doing so far. Okay, so let's start with it. This is on the Euro-Yen pair, this trade that took place. I'm going to start with the monthly chart, because for a position trade, we use the monthly, and then we have use the daily chart to get in on. And Darko will even reference, I know this is unusual, but he'll even reference a yearly chart. There's actually some incredibly good information you can get out of that, but we don't trade because of it, but we get some good sense of pressure, buying and selling pressure, and that kind of thing. So in any event, monthly chart. And this level here that he had marked was a very good level, as you can see from across here. And he had this marked. And at the end of December, this was the candle. That's a very bullish candle, okay? And so that's a clue that we could very well be going higher, especially with, you see the higher highs and higher lows. This is price action reading, advanced market flow. Very powerful concept for identifying pressure, and or what you might call trend, but it's that kind of a thing. And actually, this is an ACAT trade, so for those who have the ACAT course, you might recognize that. And what often happens is that when price makes this big move, it'll fall back into the range before going higher. Doesn't always happen, but when it does, they make great buying opportunities, and he uses this little neckline to buy at. Okay, so could you, and which is a logical level. Now, could you have bought lower? Yeah, you could have bought lower. That's great if you have 100% hindsight. Okay, well, I mean, everything works just perfectly in hindsight. We don't get to do that. We have to make decisions in real time about where to buy before price gets there. Okay, and by buying a dip, when you buy a pullback like that, a dip, it provides us with a lower pip risk entry and lots of profit potential. Okay. By the way, Darko started showing this potential setup at the beginning of January, like way in advance. It's February 3rd as I'm recording this. Here's the daily chart down here, and I've left that same monthly level on, and this was the entry in here, and it went against a bit and did all this. This is a position trade. You don't worry about things like this, because you have a low stop loss, a natural stop, and away it goes. This trade has been, yeah, I mean, do you see this candle today? Okay, you might go, well, that's pretty lucky. Yeah, it's pretty lucky. Well, that was a red flag news event. That was a that was the European Central Bank rate release today, and it's a major red flag news. When that happens, you should do something about it, like reduce risk, move your stop to break even, do something, because we just don't know what's going to happen. And in this case here, obviously the price went straight up, and if it didn't, we would have been stopped out. You can take a break even, or you can even move your stop under here for a reduced loss. The point is, you don't take a full loss on these trades when stuff like that happens, because trade management is like huge. Right now, we've hit this level, and I want to show you something on the weekly chart. Now we're talking about where do you take profit. See these levels up here? That's a really strong level, how hard price moved away. That's a great place to take some profit. That's 250 pips. There's another great level up here on the weekly chart. I'm looking in the upper right corner of my charts. That's about 370 pips. So It's just all about trade management. We have suggestions for it. It's always going to be individual, though. Everybody's just different psychologically. Some traders like to scale out. Others take more of an all or nothing approach. Okay, There's just no right or wrong on that. The main thing is have a plan. Don't try to be doing things on the fly. Or you have a plan ahead of time, and it just makes your job a heck of a lot easier. So again, this is a long-term trade, a position trade actually. To be clear, we're not talking about tiny pip risk here. That's not what this is. But we're also not talking about tiny little profit either. And just understand that no matter how much pip risk in any trade, you are not risking more of your account, okay, on a percentage basis. We recommend not to expose your account by more than about 0.5% on a trade. So you always need to adjust the lot size to contain the risk. Hope that makes sense. The idea is to not lose a lot when you're wrong, but to make lots when you're right. And of course, to always manage a trade properly once you're in it. That's like super important. The thing about longer term trading is that it takes very minimal trade management, which is nice if you have other obligations. Whereas with short-term scalp type trading, it's good too, but once you're in a trade, it requires much more attention because things can move very quickly. If you're only risking, a few, 15 pips or something, a currency pair can move that much pretty quickly. So Darko shows these kinds of trade setups all the time, and of course always in advance. So if you have a situation that would preclude you from short-term trading, then longer-term trading is really your only option. So yeah, if that's the case, take a look at Darko's longer-term trading service. It's very thorough and has proven to be a very profitable way to trade. If it's short-term trading that you're looking for, then that's a different animal, and I cover that in my short-term trading service. And you can get information on both services by clicking the link in the text below this video or in the email that you received. Thanks so much for listening in. We really appreciate it. I hope you all have a great weekend. Take care.